Hello people, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk with you about ways to improve. Lately I was not able to focus on a task without interruption. Whether it's the phone or talking to someone or getting distracted by trying to do multiple things in the same time and not really committing and focusing into one task at a time, and just dig my mind into it. In the age of distraction, it's hard to keep your mind on one task without interruption and just make your mind work the problem until you come up with a solution, or you just genuinely try to solve it. So a few years back I've encountered a book named Deep Work, and generally this book talks about our capability to perform tasks, let's say with intense focus, without interruption, just get involved in the task completely and get the best results without interruption, without trying to do other things in the same time, maximizing your resources. And this book really shows the negative effects when one performs shallow tasks, or should I say tasks with a shallow quality. That means that one's attention divided into more than one task at a time, or I will give you an example. When you're painting and you're constantly checking your phone, or you're constantly getting up to take something, or while you're even talking to someone. And it's not only specifically for painting or your craft, but actually every task that you can perform with a deep quality, let's say, when you're completely involved in the task for uninterrupted period of time, will benefit. So I would use it also in reading, and I would use it in, of course, painting, drawing, editing, I don't know, whatever thing that comes to your mind that you need to do productively and get certain results, I would highly recommend. But more on that later. I want to break it down so it's easier to grasp what I mean, and give you some good useful tips to how essentially implement it in your life and how to use it practically. Now, because lately I've been kind of distracted, allowing myself to be distracted, I really needed these guidelines again in my life, and essentially I thought about making a video out of it, so whoever watches it can benefit from those guidelines too, because I used it in certain periods of time in my life a few years back, and the results and generally my capacity of doing things with a high quality and intensity, and just really getting into it, really improved. And it was actually kind of crazy, I guess, and I really afterwards recommended it to everyone I know. So I wanted to share with you the tools and some crucial guidelines that I have used, that really helped me form kind of a plan or kind of a structure. So I have something that is traceable, I can track it, and something that I can come back to daily, so I don't miss out, or I don't quite forget that I'm doing it, but really putting my intention into it and trying to push. Specifically now it's for painting, but I would again use it for many different subjects. Now it's important to get this right. Those qualities that I'm talking about are things I wish for myself at least to put into my life for good, to develop those habits of doing things in a certain manner and not of course life happens and it's never the perfect practice or the perfect day, but certain guidelines that always guide me, and not letting myself fall back to old habits of checking constantly my phone. Was one of my problems, especially when I'm getting stuck in a painting because it's too complex for me and my mind just looking for things to run towards and just escape the problem at hand. The first thing is attention. Realize that the work you do is sacred, which means nothing interrupts you. That at least should be your aim. So let's say I have a session from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., 4 hours that I want to get the most out of. I'm working on a big project. I'm putting my cell phone on airplane mode or putting a block app, and I set myself intention before what I want to accomplish in this session. When I begin it, nothing interrupts me. And I put timer for 4 hours, which is kind of a lot, but this was just an example. And I put timer, and for me personally, I don't check my phone. I even try not to switch music, not to get up and make some coffee. Really just, getting into it. I try to arrange all the things that I might need before the session starts. So when I begin, I'm completely free to just do what I set myself to do. And this is one of the most important aspects. So I divide my days into sessions, and I really honestly don't believe that more than 4 hours in a row is a good idea. But I had days that I was doing 5 or 6 hours in a row. And it really shows that our capacity to get good quality work reduces after a certain amount of time of trying to perform a task with deep quality. So dividing it into sessions, 2 to 4 hours each session, and trying to get the most out of it. Which leads me to the second thing I wanted to emphasize, which is tracking. In the book, he recommends creating a tracking table, maybe on a whiteboard. You write down days of the week, and you give yourself a goal of 20 hours of depth each week. So maybe you work 5 days a week and you divide 20 by 5, and it gets to 4 hours per day of deep work. Now you can split it however you like, but the importance is getting those hours in, and it really helps with consistency and with tracking. Results will come if you put in the right work with the right means, let's say. So only what is needed is for you to put the time. And I'm not saying it's easy, you know, each day getting back into it and working like this, but it really, for me personally, it excites me to dive into it like this. And I know that with time, my quality of work and my results are getting better, and my capacity to focus, my capacity to give attention to something, and really, you know, just thrive and grow. So, attention and tracking, you create this kind of atmosphere for you to work in with the least amount of interruption possible, you know, just to use your time in a good way. Time is our most precious resource, so yeah, let's use it like we would want to use it. So I just wanted to share it with you guys, because I'm starting to implement it right now in my work again, and I will talk about it, of course, in future videos of I think of the sketching practice series. And if you have any question about what I just said, please leave a comment below. If you can enlighten me in some way, please do. Thank you for watching and have a good day. See you in the next video.